I try to keep it cute, but I can't. Jamal Bryant's wife looked absolutely stunning in that dress. The dress looked beautiful. Her shape, everything about it. It was just beautiful, right? But as someone who's supposed to be representing the kingdom of God, it should not have been worn outside of the house. Simple as that. It's literally that simple, y'all. Here's the thing. People be like, oh, well, she wasn't going to church. Oh, well, she wasn't doing da-da-da-da. We are the church. And wherever we go, we're supposed to be representing God. Therefore, what we wear, how we present ourselves, it matters. She didn't look like she was representing the kingdom of God that day.
And Jamal Brown, where all that is in the Bible? Okay. I bought the dress. Is that in the Old Testament or the New Testament? I don't. She married to me. Is that in Proverbs or Galatians? Which, everything that you said, was that before or after Moses parted the Red Sea?
Everyone saw it. The pastor's wife from Atlanta arrived at a charity gala dressed boldly, confident, and unapologetic. Social media lit up instantly, and church members were not happy at all. The criticism came fast and loud, forcing Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife, Dr. Carey, into full damage control mode. Pastor Bryant stepped in quickly, defending her and saying her outfit was his concern only, not the public's. Still, many people felt this moment crossed a line. To critics, it now looks like the couple is testing boundaries, pushing limits, and seeing how much backlash they can handle before people fully turn on them. Meanwhile, Dr. Carey appears exhausted by the constant attacks and has started firing back online. She no longer seems interested in staying quiet or playing nice. The internet, however, is not holding back either. Old clips, screenshots, and stories about Jamal and Carey's past behavior are resurfacing everywhere. Receipts are circulating non-stop, adding fuel to an already heated situation. What once felt like a church matter has turned into full-blown online drama. Many are now asking a serious question. If Pastor Bryant and Dr. Carey want celebrity attention and influencer energy, maybe stepping away from the pulpit is the better move. People are clearly done accepting blurred lines, mixed messages, and public spectacle dressed as ministry.
A preacher presented his wife the other day, and I guess you call that a flesh-colored dress. I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath. And I heard the preacher, when he defended her dress, by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing. So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore. Two. At least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine.
The drama really began on December 20th, 2025, when Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife, Dr. Carey Turner Bryant, attended the 42nd annual UNCF Mayor's Masked Ball. The event was formal, high-profile, and focused on raising money for HBCUs and the students who depend on them. In that sense, the night was a success, bringing in around $4 million for the cause. However, the donations were not what set social media on fire. When Jamal and Carey arrived dressed for a black tie affair, cameras quickly locked onto Dr. Carey's outfit. Her black mermaid-style gown fit perfectly and looked stunning. The sheer details matched her complexion well, and many agreed the look would have been praised on a celebrity or influencer. Some even said a pop star could wear it without question. But for a pastor's wife, many felt it crossed a line. That reaction reopened old concerns about their relationship. Before marriage, Dr. Carey worked as a co-pastor at Jamal's church, raising questions about power and boundaries. Rumors had already circulated for years, including claims that their relationship began while Jamal was still married. Instead of addressing concerns directly, they pushed forward, married, and framed their story as one of struggle and triumph. For many churchgoers, that explanation never fully settled the discomfort.
Yeah, I think, there is really an unexpected hope that has come with it that I didn't expect that it would ignite in people. And so I think that hope has been for folks who have been married before, divorced before, or just searching for love, true love for the first time that had not found it. We've gotten so many emails and messages and stories of people who have been renewed in their hope of love because of our story and what we've been able to share.
This latest move only made their followers angrier. For many people, it confirmed what they have been saying for years about Pastor Jamal Bryant, acting more like a public performer than a spiritual leader. Critics feel this moment was less about faith and more about attention. There is no way Jamal and Dr. Carey did not expect strong reactions to that outfit. Many believe they knew exactly what would happen once the photos hit the internet. Some followers are now questioning whether the backlash was part of the plan. In their view, controversy brings clicks, conversations, and relevance, and this situation fits that pattern perfectly. Instead of calming concerns, it seemed to prove that public reaction may have been welcomed rather than avoided. This perception lines up with how Jamal has been viewed throughout his career. From early on, people have said he blends ministry with showmanship, often choosing moments that keep his name in headlines. For supporters, he is bold and modern. For critics, he crosses lines too easily and blurs the role of a pastor. Dr. Carey's silence, followed by sharp responses online, has only added fuel to the fire. To many followers, this moment was not accidental. It felt calculated. And now, trust is wearing thin. People are no longer upset about a dress alone. They are frustrated with a pattern that keeps repeating.
When he bought her the dress and she put it on, they knew the stir that their dress was gonna cause, being flesh colored. But being a minister and a first lady, you're not new to this. And yes, we all know that the dress isn't actually see-through. It is an illusion. I just don't know where the illusion of nudity fits in with being a first lady. I mean, for me, I feel like there's certain things that you don't expect from certain people.
With Dressgate taking over the headlines, many people have started revisiting old criticisms about Jamal Bryant. Some critics now argue that he has always acted more like a community figure or public personality than a traditional pastor. Because of that, they question whether New Birth should even be viewed as a church in the strict sense people expect. Online discussions have also brought up past controversies. One frequently mentioned situation dates back to 2007, when reports claimed Jamal was involved with a woman from his congregation who became pregnant. According to longtime rumors, his family allegedly tried to handle the situation quietly by offering money. When that approach reportedly failed, claims suggest larger offers were made in hopes of keeping the matter private. Despite the controversy, Jamal later secured a leadership role within the AME Church in Baltimore. Some believe his father, Bishop Bryant, may have helped smooth things over behind the scenes, allowing the issue to fade without serious consequences. That was not the only accusation, though. Stories have circulated for years claiming Jamal fathered a child during his college days at Morehouse. That child was allegedly kept away from public family moments to protect his image. Now, critics are speculating even further, suggesting there may be other situations that never became public. Whether true or not, these resurfaced claims are adding fuel to an already heated conversation.
I divorced because of my infidelity, not because of irreconcilable differences, but because I broke that covenant. And so I had to go through a healing process for myself on what is it that was in me that would go outside of the bounds of my covenant, my agreement, and to risk my family for somebody I never wanted to be with.
There were also reports circulating online about Jamal's ex-wife, Giselle Bryant, claiming she struggled mentally after their marriage ended. Some people went as far as saying she broke down emotionally because of everything she went through. These stories spread quickly, even though Jamal was never publicly held responsible by his church. To many critics, that lack of accountability is exactly why he and his new wife move so freely, acting as if nothing can touch them. Despite the growing outrage, Jamal continued preaching as usual. From the pulpit, he dismissed the criticism and suggested that people were only upset because they were unfamiliar with high-class events. He claimed that the dress was completely appropriate for the kind of gala they attended, and implied that the backlash came from ignorance, not concern. Jamal even doubled down by saying he personally chose the outfit for his wife. According to him, if anyone had an issue with how she looked, then the problem was with him, not her. That statement only made things worse for many followers. Instead of calming the situation, his response fueled more frustration. Critics felt he was avoiding real concerns and brushing off years of unresolved issues. For them, this was not just about a dress. It symbolized a pattern of behavior where criticism is ignored, responsibility is deflected, and public image matters more than reflection or change.
Insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded. People got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing, furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it.
Know the value of a man. Don't look at his house, don't look at his car, look at his wife. And anybody who looks at my wife will think I'm a billionaire because of the richness of her personality, the wealth of her character, and the span of her beauty.
And honestly, is it just me? Or does the way he talks in interviews feel off? The things he says don't really sound like they're coming from a pastor. His tone feels defensive, sarcastic, and more suited for a celebrity interview than a spiritual leader. Instead of showing humility or understanding, he often comes across as dismissive and confrontational. When people raise concerns, he doesn't try to listen or reflect. Instead, he fires back with comments that feel more like clapbacks than guidance. For many viewers, that raises eyebrows. Pastors are usually expected to lead with calm, wisdom, and accountability, especially during controversy. What he's showing feels more like ego than empathy. That's why so many people are reacting the way they are. It's not just about appearances or fashion choices anymore. It's about how he presents himself when challenged. His words don't seem to match the role he holds, and that disconnect is becoming harder to ignore. Don't just take my word for it, though. Listen closely to what he says and how he says it. The tone, the attitude, and the lack of restraint speak volumes. At that point, people have to decide for themselves whether this sounds like a pastor or something else entirely.
The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
Did you catch that? When it comes to his wife, she doesn't seem bothered at all. She made it clear that she plans to keep living her life and dressing how she wants, no matter what church members think or say. Instead of pulling back or trying to please critics, she appears confident and unapologetic. To her, the opinions of others are just noise, not rules she has to follow. That attitude has rubbed some people the wrong way, especially those who expect a pastor's wife to move with a certain level of restraint. But from her point of view, she isn't doing anything wrong. She sees herself as a grown woman with her own style, voice, and choices. And she's not interested in shrinking herself to fit anyone else's expectations. This response has only added fuel to the debate. For supporters, it feels empowering and modern. For critics, it feels dismissive and disrespectful to the role she holds. Either way, one thing is clear. She's standing firm, leaning into her confidence, and showing no signs of changing course anytime soon.
I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife, Dress I felt was very appropriate for the occasion. We were not at a church event, we were at a black tie gala.
For a lot of people, this situation is about much more than a single outfit. The dress Dr. Carey wore was not the real issue. It was simply the final spark that set off frustration that has been building for years. To many critics, that moment represented everything they have been uneasy about since Jamal Bryant first stepped into the pulpit. Online, people are saying this controversy feels like the last straw. They believe the pattern is clear. Questionable choices, public defensiveness, and little accountability. Instead of addressing concerns with humility, Jamal often responds as if he is untouchable. That attitude has pushed even longtime supporters to speak up. The internet has now doubled down, calling on him to finally admit that mistakes were made. People are not asking for perfection. They are asking for honesty, reflection, and responsibility. Many feel that owning the moment would have gone much further than dismissing criticism or blaming others for being uncomfortable. What frustrates people most is the sense that valid concerns are being brushed aside. To them, this is not cancel culture or hate. It is disappointment. They expected leadership, growth, and grace. Instead, they see deflection and pride. At this point, the conversation has moved past fashion. It is about trust, credibility, and whether Jamal Bryant is willing to listen rather than perform.